Today we are going to talk about revising and editing. So at the end of this lesson, you guys are going to know the difference between revising and editing and strategies for revising and editing. And then we're going to apply it to some examples I have in the slides, and then you're going to revise and edit your own drafts today, okay?
Okay.
Why do we revise and edit? Raise your hand. Why do we revise and edit? Ezra.
So we get all of our spelling correct and it makes sense. Because if it doesn't make sense to the when it really understand it, it makes sense.
Absolutely, right? We want to make sure our words are spelled correctly. Why else do we revise and edit? Carson.
So it looks neater.
Yeah. Tessa.
To improve our reading.
To improve your writing. Avery.
So we get everything right and don't make a lot of mistakes.
Right, you guys all had really great ideas. Editing and revising are ways to improve your writing. We correct any mistakes that we made during drafting. So we're going to revise our drafts, and then we're going to move on to our final copies, right? So editing versus revising. What do you think the differences are? I want you to turn and talk with somebody next to you. And what's the difference between editing and revising?
Editing is spelling and revising is making it better.
What's the difference between editing and revising? Four, three, two, one. Okay, I heard some really good ones. So when we edit, think cups, right? C for capitalization. Capitalize proper nouns at the beginning and the beginning of some sentences. I did notice with some of your rough drafts, not all of you have capitalized letters as your first sentence, in your first sentence, the first word. Usage. Does the writing make sense? Fix any grammatical mistakes. Your nouns and verbs agree, right? We need to make sure that everything in our sentence makes sense. Punctuation. Make sure you end your sentence with punctuation, right? Place quotation marks around. We're not really doing that, but make sure we all end with periods, right? Periods or exclamation points or question marks. And spelling. Use your resources to check your spelling, right? You can either ask me, Mrs. DeGusto, or just ask myself and Mrs. DeGusto sometimes for spelling. Okay, now revising. You're going to think arms. You're going to add descriptive words, add additional sentences, explain further, give more detail, right? This is like what we were talking about. You're going to add your own thoughts, right? So you have your evidence. Now you need your own thought behind your evidence. That's adding more details. But you also want to remove sentences that are confusing or unnecessary. So if you have like a sentence in there about, let's say, your animal's food, and then you go into, they like to eat nuts, but they also like to eat bananas. My animal likes to live in trees. All in the same paragraph, that doesn't make sense, right? So you want to make sure you are removing sentences that are confusing or unnecessary in your paragraph. Next, you want to move. Ask yourself if your writing would make sense in a different order. So like for that example, so you have your paragraph on food, but then you put in where your animal lives. That would go in with habitat if you have habitat as one of your reasons, right? So you want to move that and put in the other one.
Yeah.
And lastly, substitute. Replace boring or overused words. So if you have the same word like interesting or unique in your sentence like 3 or 4 times, you want to change it. You don't want to have the same word, right? You want to make it different. Very good. All right, so now this is a revising and editing checklist that I'm going to give each and every one of you. We are going to look at some examples I have on the smartboard. So I want you guys to look at this. Think arms and cups and what the difference is for revising and editing. And one for you, right? So for revising, you want to add or explain your writing further, right? You want to remove any unnecessary sentences or words. That's what we just talked about. Move sentences around if you need it. Is your writing in order, right? Does your writing make sense? Substitute any of boring or overused words, right? And now for editing. You want to make sure you use capitals. Use capitals in the beginning of your sentence. Does all of your writing make sense, right? Punctuation and spelling. All right, so now we're going to look at a couple of examples. Can I have a helper come on up and help me with this? Tessa, come on up. We're going to edit the following sentence. Okay, so I have it here if you need help. So the team walked through the parking lot on their way to the field. It was going to be an epic game. What do we think is wrong with this sentence? Let's look at editing. Yeah, of course, yeah, you can write it.
The T has to be capitalized.
Okay.
And then there is not very good. It's supposed to be.
Very good. What else? Do you see anything else?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's supposed to be there. And oh no, that's supposed to be wrong.
Well, yeah, but what else? There's one more thing. Yeah, right, we have to delete. Right, look, so we use the capitalization, right? Punctuation, we have spelling, all the spelling correct?
No, this spell is not supposed to be.
Okay. Very good. Do we agree with, can I have another friend come on up and?
Wait, I think that O should stay there.
The O should still stay there, yes, but we were gonna talk about that in a minute, but we'll just remove that. Can I have somebody else come on up and help me with number 2? Person, you can come on up with me. The most important waterways in the Northeast are the Delaware and the Hudson River. Both rivers serve as transportation routes for goods such as oil, fruits, and even vehicles. So what do we think is wrong? Let's take a look at the checklist. Does it have capitalization?
No. Wait, yes.
Right. Does all of your writing make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Punctuation. Do all of your sentences have punctuation?
Yeah.
Yeah? Take a look. So there's 2 sentences in this one. Do they both have punctuation at the end? Very good. And spelling. Is all the spelling you think is correct? Yes. I see one more thing that he didn't quite catch. Does somebody see it? You can come on up.
That's uppercase in the middle of a sentence.
Right, so that has to be lowercase, right? I've also noticed that with some of your writing, you have uppercase letters in the middle of some of your words or even some of your paragraphs, right? Okay, so that has to be lowercase. What else? Do we see one more?
No.
Can somebody come on up? Tessa, you want to, or Paige, you want to come on up? What else do we see? Look at this word though. What do we notice about it? Yeah, so that has to be lowercase, right? Yes, very good, right? So that's good, right? We looked at capitalization. We looked at the usage. Does all of your writing make sense?
Yeah.
We looked at punctuation. Do all of your sentences have punctuation marks, right? Which we added. And then we looked at spelling. Double check your words that you're unsure about, and that's what we did for that one. Right? And just to make sure we got them all. We got them all. Very good. All right, we have a couple more we're gonna do.
Why did you
What?
the one first read?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why that does that. That's okay. The one is the right. All right, can I have another someone call? flowers, and blooming trees are all things that represent springtime. Although, if you're one of the 25 million Americans that suffer from allergies, then you need to understand that spring season may also mean itchy eyes, sneezing, a runny nose, and other frustrating symptoms. Whew. All right, let's take a look. Capitalization. Capitalize proper nouns at the beginning of sentences. Do we have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Usage. Does all of your writing make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Punctuation. Do all of your sentences have punctuation? Do you have, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to look at capitalization. What else? You see one?
Yeah, spring should be uppercase.
Anybody else see anything? You see something? Come on up.
I think that.
You guys can work together. Let's see. What else do we see? Spelling. Make sure the spelling is correct. Well, is that proper? So it's supposed to be what? Uh-huh.
Wait, isn't flowers a proper noun? I mean, just a noun.
Yeah, so that doesn't need to be uppercase.
Wait, it's American.
No. Yeah, American is not correct, yes. Anything else we see? Fresh flowers and blooming trees are all things that represent springtime. Although, if you're one of the 25 million Americans that suffer from allergies, then you understand that spring season may also mean itchy eyes, sneezing, a runny nose, and other frustrating symptoms.
With the that with who?
What do you mean?
Americans who suffer from or what?
No, that works fine. I'm just asking, do you guys think that there's any more in here?
Maybe a comma here?
Well, there's a comma here, right? So we can have two commas. I think, you see something else, Ezra?
Is the S for season capital?
No, that doesn't need to be capital, right? You see something else? What else do you say?
Itchy nose, sneezing, a runny nose, do you come here?
Yeah, you can put it in there. And other frustrating symptoms. Alright, very good. Do we see anything else? I think we got them all. Nice job, guys. Well, we were going to check the answers, but you guys can go sit down. Nope. Alright, we got Americans, spring, your.
Oh, we didn't do yours.
Yeah, we actually missed that one. That's
Wait,
okay.
but they didn't do the comma.
No, they did.
No. Wait, no, they didn't.
What do you mean? What comma?
Like, they didn't do the comma. In the, I think he means
Oh,
after
alright, that's okay. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to revise, right? So how would this paragraph be revised? Let's think. The princess walked up to the lion and yelled directly in his ear. When she yelled in his ear, it scared the lion and ran off. From then on, the princess was known as a hero for her bravery in defeating the lion. So let's think about it. Revising. Arms, right? A, we add more details or explain your writing. For R, we remove any unnecessary sentences or words. For N, we move sentences around if needed. And S, we substitute any boring or overused words. Mason, what do you think?
the princess,
The princess walked up to the lion and yelled directly in his ear. When she yelled in his ear, it scared off the lion and she ran. So what do you think, buddy?
she ran.
Okay, well we're revising, right? So we have to look for arms. Add detail or explain your writing. Remove any unnecessary sentences or words. Move sentences around if needed, and substitute any boring or overused words.
Well, ran is like it's.
What word do we hear that's used a couple times in this paragraph? The princess walked up to the lion and yelled directly in his ear. When she yelled in his ear, it scared off the lion and he ran off. From then on, the princess was known as a hero for her bravery in defeating the lion.
Ear.
Yeah, we hear ear a couple times, right? So let's circle that. Right, we hear it again right there. Right, what else do we hear?
Wait, why
Avery.
he yelled?
Because we're just gonna show that it's an overused word.
Yelled.
Yeah, so you can come on up and circle that one. Right, so maybe when we're writing and this paragraph, maybe we wouldn't use the word yelled or ear.
Scream.
Right, maybe we would change it up a little. So I'm gonna show you how I did it. You guys did a good job. Sit down, please. So when I did this one, I wrote, the princess walked up to the lion and yelled directly in his ear. This startled the lion and he ran off. From then on, the princess was known as a hero for her bravery in defeating the lion. Right, so I removed one of the sentences, right? When she yelled in his ear, it scared the lion and he ran off. Right, I removed it and changed the words a little, right? Tessa, you have a question?
Could you make like the princess walked up to the lion? Could you make it like the princess walked up to and then it described like a lion?
Well, you could describe the lion, but in this particular passage, we're not describing the lion, right?
Okay.
Cool.
For the where it says lion at the end,
Mhm.
but like beast instead of lion.
You could, yeah. You could change the word up, right? That's a good one. I like that. Okay. We're gonna do one more. So this is the passage that I made. Tomorrow we are having a birthday party for my dad. So yesterday we went to the store to pick up all of the supplies we needed to bake his cake. However, when we got there, they were out of icing. Isn't that crazy? Today we are going to Walmart and see what kind of icing they have. So this one's a little tricky. Let's look at our revising. And let's really think about it. Add more detail or explain your writing further. Remove any unnecessary words or sentences. Move sentences around if needed, and substitute any boring or overused words. Harper, what do you think?
Oh, maybe like we, you could like describe the people instead.
Okay. Christian?
I think we would take out like today we are going to Walmart to see what kind of icing they have. I think you would take up that sentence and change it up.
Okay. So I'm going to show you what I did, and then I want you guys to look and think about which one it is. So I wrote this. My dad's birthday is on Saturday. So yesterday we went to the store to buy the supplies we need to bake him a cake. When we got to Target, we realized they were out of icing. My mom and I were shocked. We decided to go to Walmart today to check and see what kind of icing they have. So we can even look at the anchor chart over here. So let's think. Did we add sentences or words?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This one's a little tricky.
I have something for A.
You have something for A? What do you have?
I think you should put so in front of we. So we decided to go to Walmart.
My dad's birthday party is on Saturday. Yesterday.
No, like after shocked you should put so after the exclamation mark so it makes sense. So we decided to go
Like
there.
so we decided.
Where are you looking?
So we
Second to the last row.
So we decided
Oh.
to go.
Oh, so, okay, so you think we should add so there? So we decided to go to Walmart today to check. Okay, so which one would that be?
Add.
Right, you want to add a word to this, to the sentence.
You also you could have like described this like when it says we need to bake him a cake. We went to the store. You could say like a bakery or like a store that.
You could, right? You could add, definitely add more details to make it more in depth of a passage. Yes, Christian?
I think like for ad, you should add like what type of icing you're getting.
Right. So for this one, what I actually did the M and arms. I moved my sentences around and my word placement, right? Because in this one, I'll go back and read this one. Tomorrow we are having a birthday party for my dad. So yesterday we went to the store to pick up all the supplies we need to bake his cake. However, when we got there, they were out of icing. Isn't that crazy? Today we are going to Walmart and see what kind of icing they have. So I wrote the same paragraph, but I moved my sentences around and added more words, right? I added that we went to Target, we went to Walmart.
You also added that you just have it was Saturday.
Yeah, right? So that's what you guys are going to do today. You are going first, you are going to revise your work. So I'm going to give everybody a pencil, a colored pencil, right? And you're going to take this and you're going to read your work. You're going to see if you can add, remove, move, or substitute any of your words. Anything on your draft. Okay? Then when you're done with that, you can move on to editing. Do I have capitals? Does everything make sense? Do I have periods at the end of each sentence? Commas where they belong? Exclamation marks, question marks, right? And then double check your spelling. Make sure you spelled everything correctly. Sound it out, right? Okay, very good. I'm going to meet with Avery, Carson, and Cole at the back table. If you want to bring your rough drafts, and we're going to work on this together. Okay, so you guys can come on up and grab a pencil. Thank you. Grab a pencil first before you start moving. Thank you. So Avery. Do you need extra help editing?
Yeah.
No, I just want those three. Bring over your rough draft, please. Yeah, Cole, can you sit over here? Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Well, I want you to look at your, because I was reading your paper today. And you do the A in your revise, right?
I want.
Yes, you need to add. You need to your sentences. You see how you have I want you to make sure that you have all your information that you need. Remove any unnecessary words and substitute any born or reused words. That's what I need you to do. Yes. Okay, so show me where your paragraph ends and where your paragraph begins. No, did you say that? Okay, so you need to add thoughts behind all of this. You need to add details, right? You need to add thoughts.
Every single one.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why we revise and why we edit. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. And then Avery. This part. I want you to look for all capitals and all this stuff. Okay? Very good. your animals should be capitalized, right? It is a rough draft. When we are finished revising and editing our papers, right? We're almost done. Missy? Look at that. When we live with families, okay, so you know that this has to be indent and that has to be a new paragraph, right? Okay, so now right here you need to add a thought, because you're ending just with evidence, right? You need to add a thought to that. Very good, Cole. Where?
Because that's my transition.
Read them. Okay. So this we don't need them. Healing families for failure troops up to 20 years. Their leaders is an often male or woman. They are a family and they have a purpose and they care for each other.
I
Okay.
think I need to edit it.
Yeah, I think, right? Now that I just read it to you, don't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna hear it.
If I were to stick
Or
something
what?
to read out loud,
Okay. So you want me to read that aloud to you? Okay. Do you know the word jaguar means beast that kills with one leap? Jaguars are the third largest cats in the world. Only lions? Okay, look, right? Capital, right? Because we're talking about proper. Lions. Okay, I'll look. Lions and tigers are bigger. Did you know that jaguars are the largest That's the largest cat in South America. Oh, what do you think America has to be? And that's the capital too. Okay, very good. In South America. Fun fact, jaguars live in, Brazil. That's the what? Brazil with others amazing animals. Jaguars are so amazing because what they eat. Oh. So that, what about that? What they eat, how they care for their cubs, and about their body. Jaguars use their powerful claws to catch their prey. Jaguars eat almost any meat like fish, crocodiles, and birds too. They hunt birds, turtles, deer, and even armadillos. They also eat wild pigs. I do not know that jaguars ate pigs. Armadillos. Okay, but I saw it here. Okay, now I want you to look at this paragraph and see if you can find any, like, you see that T, that T's capital. That T's oh, that's alright, you adding more details?
Yeah.
Their bodies are 20. Jaguars can get up to 6 feet bigger than my dad, and they can swim, even though they're cats. Now here's more. What is it? Now here's
More us.
You can use your red. Okay, let's see. You add more details. Your little families with enemy troops. What enemy troops should have up to 20 monkeys in their house. How many monkeys Honey Monkeys, their leader is up now. Okay, so that's the end of your sentence, right? So what do we need?